YouTube, what's going on? Y'all know I wasn't gonna go away without giving y'all another episode of what's going on in this crazy mind of mine. I love doing these journal entries because a lot of people feel this way, but they won't talk about it. And I think whenever I do talk about it, it's extra release for me, honestly. And then there's somebody that is gonna impact that gives them an opportunity to be like, well, damn, this is maybe what that means, and this is how I get over it, or this is how I handle it. Always here to help, right? So let me jump into what I wrote last night. It took me a while to write this because I really had to just relax. I took my magnesium glycinate and I took about 8 melatonin gummies just to really relax because I've been putting my body through hell, y'all. I was supposed to rest last Sunday and I didn't. I went to the gym and I just went to the gym every day this week. Even today, I went to do my cardio, which is basically my just 10,000 steps. And I went in there, man. I got on that treadmill. I walked, I walked a half mile to the gym, took the long way to get there. Went and played a 9-hole with my homeboy Brandon Newey. Man, if we team up, now that I done got that big old belly and them titties from in front of me, it's gonna be hell. It's like I've been away from the game for a little while, but ever since I've been really swinging and working on my shit, man, we finna cause hell. So they better keep up. They better not pair us up in our league. The AGA, we got our own golf group, the Athletic Golfers Association. We just a bunch of old athletes who discovered golf, and we love the game, and we all work on getting better. Give scholarships. We have major tournaments based on your scoring quota. It's a good thing. So if you're ever in the DFW and you swing them sticks, always reach me up. I have no problem talking. I have no problem giving you my time, especially if it's on the golf course. So let me jump into this journal entry because I think this is gonna touch a few of y'all. The voice that never left. Today I realized something that pissed me the fuck off. For years, I believed there would come a day where this voice in my head would finally just shut the fuck up. You know the one. The one that say, skip the gym. 1 meal won't hurt. You've earned it. You can start Monday. Nobody will know. I'll do it tomorrow. I honestly thought that if I lost enough weight, the voice would disappear. I thought discipline would just kill that motherfucker. I thought confidence would at least silence it. I thought losing 125 pounds would bury it. I was dead fucking wrong. That motherfucker is still there. He still talks every single day. He still tells me, sleep another hour. He still tells me, you're tired. He still tells me, you've already done enough. He still tells me, nobody's gonna care if you miss today. And some days, that motherfucker sound real convincing. People think discipline means you stop hearing the excuses. No, discipline means you hear every fucking excuse and you keep fucking going anyway. And that's the part nobody tells you. People look at me now and they think, damn, he must have incredible willpower. No, I just stopped negotiating with that voice. See, for years, I treated every thought like it deserved a vote. I'm tired. Okay, maybe I should stay home. I deserve a cheat meal. Yeah, maybe I do. It's raining. Guess today isn't the day. Every excuse got a seat at the fucking table. Every feeling got a microphone. Every emotion got to make decisions. And look where that shit got me. 315 pounds. It wasn't the food that beat me. It wasn't even the gym. And it damn sure wasn't genetics. It was the fact that I believed every fucking thought that crossed my mind. That's scary when you really think about it. Just because your brain says something doesn't mean it's always true. Think about that. If a complete stranger walked up to me every morning and said, you'll never change, I'd tell him to go fuck himself. But when I said it, I believed it. Why? Why is my own voice the one I trusted the most? When it lied to me for the most fucking part. That question has been sitting with me day by day. Maybe the enemy was never the food. Maybe the enemy was never my body. Maybe the enemy was believing every thought that showed up without questioning where it came from. Because here's what I now know. That voice didn't disappear when I got leaner. It just lost its authority. It still knocks. I just don't answer the door no more. Some mornings it still whispers, stay in bed. I lace up my shoes. Some nights it still whispers, you could binge tomorrow and get back on track Monday. I eat what's on my plan. Some days it still whispers, you're never going to be enough. I go to the gym anyway. The voice still talks. It just doesn't drive anymore. And maybe that's what healing actually looked like. Not the absence of temptation, because there's good food every fucking where. Not the absence of fear. not the absence of doubt. Maybe healing is finally realizing that just because your mind says something doesn't mean your life has to obey it. I used to spend my life trying to kill that voice. Now, I don't even waste my energy fighting it. I'll let it speak, and then I choose not to listen. But here's the cold-hearted truth. The strongest version of me isn't the one who never hears the excuses. It's the one who finally understands that excuses are just thoughts, not commands, not destiny, just thoughts. And thoughts do not get to decide who the fuck I become anymore. Not after everything I fucking fought for. Not after losing all that fucking body fat. Not after every fucking early morning, every fucking tear, every ounce of sweat. Not after every promise I finally learned to keep. That voice never left. I just stopped letting it introduce itself as Sean. You know what I mean? So with that being said, maybe your biggest breakthrough won't come when the voice disappears. Maybe it'll come the day that you realize you don't have to believe everything your own mind tells you. That's one thing that I've always emphasized to you guys. Your mind is the most powerful fucking thing that there is. It can be the decision makers. It can be your emotional outlets. It can control anything that you let it. For years, y'all, I swear, I legit let that voice take over my life because that's exactly what I went through. Oh man, your body too tired. You ain't got to go to the gym today. You put in enough work. Man, this one cheat meal won't hurt. Man, this one thing won't stop your progress. We'll start Monday. We'll start after this 4 days so you can enjoy it. So a lot of y'all don't really know me, but I'm going to let y'all know my past real quick. I used to get high quite a bit, right? Gummies, the weed. I ain't never do no booger sugar or no other shit like that. Just God's green herb, right? I used to do that not to just escape from my problems, but I stopped doing it when my problems wouldn't let me go. And what I mean by that was when I would be in certain situations and my mind would run away, because I could still perform, I could still do my job, I could still drive, I could still do whatever I needed to do. And I did it at a high level. But whenever I would really sit there, that's when the demons came. That's when it became, are you really good enough to be where you are? Do these people really love you? Do these people really fuck with you? Do your woman really love you? You a fat piece of shit. Why would anybody want to fuck with you? You a fat motherfucker. Why would anybody trust you if you can't trust yourself? I slowed down on my consumption because I didn't want to hear those voices because they amplified when I was smoking or when I was fucking, high off a gummy. So I peeled that shit back a lot so I can continue to further run from that voice, because in that state of mind, it was just so strong. And I would be like, you know what? Let me just go eat something real quick. Let me sober up. But I ended up just really walking away from all of that stuff, just because now, even if I did decide to, it wouldn't even affect me no more. At least like how it made me think and the things that I would tell myself. And I'm so proud of myself for not going back to doing that shit, because I'm not Snoop Dogg. Like, I'm not sitting on $300-400 million and can just smoke weed all day and be super skinny my whole life. We're not Wiz Khalifa. I can't do those things. Don't get me wrong. That stuff got its place, but it no longer has a place in the 10% version of myself. It no longer has a place in my life at all. So I think for me, outgrowing that because of those voices really, really, truly helped me to become a better man. Now, I'm not saying if you indulge, I'm not saying you're a bad person, because honestly, some of the best people in the world I've met are stoners, but it's all about what it does to and for you. For me, it just amplified that voice. Granted, that shit did make me hella smart, though, because I would just focus a lot more and I would always look deeper into stuff, and it would make me better as far as just the academics or whatever I was doing, especially when I was in school. But outside of that, nah, man, it just amplified that voice that I didn't want to hear. And I used to really give that voice so much power, y'all. It's crazy. I let that voice legit make me so big that I had to brush my teeth in the dark. I let that voice get so prominent that if my brain told me, if I looked at something and it didn't feel right, my brain automatically assumed the worst. I really had to learn to trust without my brain running away from me. I've legit had to learn in this new version of myself. I've legit had to learn to humble myself, because me being arrogant as I was, I really shouldn't have been. You know, how can you be arrogant and physically you cooked, right? I'm not even arrogant now, and I'm walking around in medium fucking shirts, showing off these traps, lats, pecs, and all this other shit. I'm not even worried about nothing, because I know how I look and I know how I feel. But I just find it very weird that I was able to humble myself and be way more gratuitous of the journey and where I am, right? Because anybody can go on this journey and not learn a fucking thing. Anybody can go on this journey and be on it. Like, I hate to say this shit, but that same little gym I go to every day that's around the corner from my crib, I've been going to that gym since like 2021 when I first moved out here. I still see the same dude doing the same exercises, and he looks the exact same. I would think if a motherfucker been going to the gym for 6 years, I would at least lost a pound or two. I don't know if he got a thyroid condition or he's got a burger condition, you know, but man, I haven't seen him change not one bit, but he ended up faithfully. So I can't tell you his situation. Maybe his voices are stronger than mine. You know, that's keeping him from eating right that go along with his workout, because man get it in. He just don't, his body just didn't change over the last 6 years, right? So I'm not going to jump into his business, because it ain't got nothing to do with me. Whatever journey he on, he got to see that shit through. But those voices in your head, like, that shit is real. This morning, I already knew I was going to push my time back to go to the gym an hour, because I didn't get to bed till like 10, 11 o'clock. So I know for me, I'm going to get 6 to 8 hours of sleep so I can operate in my optimal levels. Like, I'm already in a deep cut. So it already feels like when I'm walking to the gym, it feels like I got 90-pound weights on my legs, because I physically don't have the energy. But you know what? Let me eat this banana. Let me take this pre-workout. Let's go get this shit. And I tell myself that there ain't no fucking excuses. I'm going to lift the heaviest weight in the gym, and that's the fucking front door handle. There is no negotiating with that. Even though I just went there to walk, I still went there. Even though I may just go there to lift or stretch, I'm gonna be in there, because I love that environment. I love the fact that I'm lifting alone. I love the fact that I'm going to war with myself, because when I get done with that shit, hey, I completed one war and I gotta do the other half of it. I gotta eat right. And it's a beautiful thing. When I got home today from the gym, I went ahead and ate my 35 grams of blueberries, my 10 grams of walnuts, and my scoop and a half of whey protein. It was cool. And then before I went to meet up with my boy Brandon, with my baby girl, you know, ended up smashing 400 grams of broccoli, 170 grams of salmon. I put it in a burger, like a little salmon burger, and my 60 grams of fucking potatoes. Killed that shit. Actually went out there and played better, because I didn't feel depleted. I didn't feel like I was exhausted. You know, I felt like I had a little bit of energy. We didn't walk the course, because, I mean, we just didn't. But even then, you're still swinging a lot. You're still walking a lot, because you got to go to your ball where the cart can't go. And unfortunately for me, I may have had some ugly pars, but I got them. You know, the ability to go up, people don't understand. The ability to go up and down, that's a chip in the putt. That shit ain't easy. And me and Brandon was scrambling for that shit all day. And, you know, I really feel good that now walking, that shit don't bother me. Walking up them hills, doing all that shit, it don't bother me no more. I got the veins showing through my shins now, my thighs, and my forearms and my chest. Guys, it feel good. It really do. Like, being out there in the heat don't fucking bother me, because I'm very well hydrated. I think I'm holding on too much water, to be honest with you. But, you know, I'm okay with that now. Like, I'm not out there sweating underneath my titties and my belly because I'm fucking fat as shit. You know what I mean? And I would do a real good job of hiding that shit, but you really can't. I deleted the video when me, Brandon, and some of the guys, we went to Punta Cana for our bro trip, and we played golf. All we did was play golf. It's like, looking at those videos of my swing, I was like, ugh. And then just looking at my face and my neck and, you know, my back, it was just a disgusting sight, because, you know, the sweat came from your ass first. You know what I mean? Then your shorts so fucking wet. And don't get me wrong, DR is a beautiful place, But bruh, we went in July. It was hotter than a hooker's doorknob on payday. It was burning. So I was like, man, fuck that shit. You know, that was one of those things to where, you know what, next time I come back on one of these trips, I need to be in shape because I didn't want to be the fat friend anyway. And granted, there was a few more cook motherfuckers over there too, but I wasn't as bad. And that's the mentality that I'm talking about. That's other cook motherfuckers that be like, oh, I'm not as cooked as this motherfucker, so I'm good. No, you're not. You still cooked and you still fucked up. So, you know, my mind, when just looking at that video, it's like my mind will immediately just be like, nah, dog, you don't ever want to go back to that. And I've gotten so well with my discipline. I cooked a gracious spread for my family tonight. Like my kids, I made them some of my version of the crab rangoon nachos. Well, egg rolls, because they didn't have the wonton wrappers at that store I went to, so I had to use the egg rolls. And you know, I can cook, but I wasn't the best cook. I took a few cooking lessons overseas when I was there. And you know, I just want to showcase it to the kids. Man, my son ate about 5 of them egg rolls. He's like, Pop, this is next level. Okay, cool. And then I was like, bet. So then I made him some peach cobbler. I made him the peach cobbler in the oven, you know, made it real good with some butter pecan ice cream. And he was just like, bruh, this is amazing. And I said, man, I appreciate that. He's like, man, you really been learning over there. I said, yeah, I did a thing or two. He's like, and you ain't gonna eat none of this. I said, hell no. He was like, why? I said, I just don't have a taste for that shit. It just don't turn me on. It does nothing for me. Really, the only thing I got a taste for, if it's something sweet, I got these Hornbull. They're called Hornbull little chocolates. You eat 4 of them, it's about 10, 12 grams of protein and 150 calories for 4 little ones. But if you get the peanut butter ones, it's only 140 calories. So I was just like, if I want something sweet, I do that. I got healthy muffins, 25 grams of protein, 200 calories, and 7 net carbs. They from this company called Bootylicious. And it's like, bro, they have alternatives out here for you when you got a sweet tooth. Honestly, I just prefer bananas, but I can't have all them carbs right now for what I'm trying to do. So I can't really fuck with a banana like I wanted to today because I ate one for my pre-workout, and that's really the only one that I can have. But I really like to put it in my yogurt. I really want to put it on the rice cake with some peanut butter and honey, but I'm not reversing just yet. When I reverse, that's when I'll be like, okay, cool, let me get that rice cake. Let me get 10 grams of peanut butter. Let me get 4 little slices of bananas and just some honey. I eat about 4 or 5 of them before I go work out because when you're reversing, I'm still going to live heavy like I do even though I'm cutting. But now I need that surplus. I need those things. So being educated and knowing what you can and can't do is a motherfucker. I was talking to one of my family members today. You know, it was just going on about like, yeah, I need to lose the weight first and then I worry about toning up. I'm like, bruh, you sound crazy. What you mean? You gonna lose weight when you lift? No, my body gain weight. I'm like, bruh, you gonna lose weight when you lift, especially when you're in a caloric deficit. It's not about your genetics. You're going to lose the weight because you're moving your body. Your heart rate is going up. You're utilizing your fat storage. All you got to do is just remain in a calorie deficit and lift heavy. That's it. Listen to what I tell you, you'll be all right. I didn't go from 315 to 192 right now for no fucking reason. I might know a thing or two because I've been through a thing or two. So, and it's like, I don't try to preach. If you solicit the advice, I'll do it. Or if you go into my description and visit the Calendly and set you a time, that's when we'll talk business and I'll tell you. But I don't just solicit. I just chill because I did become that friend who's slapping food out of people's hand like, man, you can't eat that shit. I don't want to be that guy no more. So I just stopped. But in my head, right, I've had to learn to control my mind because this motherfucker will run away on me. Guys, my mind literally caused me to be in a lot of the shit I'm in today, whether it was in my relationships, whether it was in my friendships. It's like, I always felt that if I see something and I feel it, oh, that's what's going on. But wasn't that just because of my insecurities? Or maybe wasn't it because I had something on my chest that I needed to get off? The mind is a powerful fucking thing. It's nothing better, you know? Your mind is designed to protect you. And that's why, for me, I would often create scenarios in my head about certain situations so when it actually happens, it hurt less. And that's the God honest truth, you know. It's like I always had a feeling when something was off at work and things were changing. I always had a feeling when something was off with somebody and shit just changed. I always just had that feeling, and I play it how it go, and I take it how it's coming, because I already had a feeling. I already knew, and my mind, right, it's not like everybody else. For me, you got to earn your trust. Straight up, you got to earn that shit for me. I'm not one of those dudes who just gonna give it to you and give you the opportunity to fuck it off, because nah, you fuck that off, you writing me off, and I don't like that shit. That's disrespectful. So no, I'm gonna treat you like every other person. You gotta earn this shit, baby. Straight up, you gotta earn your trust with me. And in my head, it allows me to feel a little bit safer, not comfortable, but allows me to feel safer in that decision, knowing that you're actually working to gain my trust, because I know that once I have yours, I'm not gonna fuck it up. And if I do, I need you to tell me, because I may not even interpret it that way. That voice in your head that tells you to do things, guys, y'all gotta fight that shit. You do. It's like I'm so locked in to a point to where I know I didn't want to get up this morning. Man, it's just a rest day. You actually need to not do shit. Okay. Got my ass up anyway. Damn, Sean, you made 15, 20 egg rolls and there's like 8, 9 shit left. You could just smash one of them. Nah, I'll just smash this half that I gave to my son. The half that he didn't eat as a taste test, because I got the room for it and it don't bother me. It don't fuck with my head. So I did it. The peach cobbler, I ain't fucking with that. I ain't got a taste for that shit. But all that protein in the egg roll, I was like, all right, cool. Wasn't bad. It was actually pretty good. And I had so much room because I just didn't eat a lot today. I just wasn't feeling good, But I still ate my meals. I just didn't, I ain't go overboard or nothing. I just kept it the way it was. But with that 18,000 steps I did today, and those core exercises I did today, I had room. I wasn't worried about a damn thing. But whenever you have to get to that point, because my brain was trying to tell me, damn, you had this half, you might as well go in and eat a whole one. Man, shut the fuck up. I'm good. I had my taste and we fine. If I want something, I just go get some more watermelon or some strawberries or some blueberries. Better options. Because one of my trainers I worked with for a long time, Alex Reed, he got this theory to where you can still enjoy yourself on the weekends. You can still enjoy yourself, period. Instead of eating a whole burger, eat half. Instead of eating all your French fries, eat half. Eat half, cut it up, box it up, and take it home. And you're inclined to listen to him because the man is shredded. In my head, though, I don't deserve that right now until I'm actually at 180, 185 on my way back up to reverse. I don't deserve that shit then. So that's why I push myself as hard as I push myself, because I know how I used to be. And granted, I'm not that person no more, but I'm still one of those negative reinforcement type people. That it works for me. You tell me I can't do something, I'm just gonna say, all right, cool. Why you said I can't do it? You ain't this, you ain't enough, you ain't that. All right, cool. And when I do it and I have my foot on your motherfucking neck, it's the best feeling in the world for me. Positive reinforcement, all right, that's cool. Yay. You lost 3 pounds this week. Yeah, motherfucker, you supposed to. You 400 pounds and you 5'9". So, you got to keep pushing. That you don't get an award for that. And I feel bad for a lot of these guys who initially start this journey and they're not in the right place, because that's when that voice is the fucking strongest. What are you doing? You don't need to do this. You can do it this way. You could do it that way. He don't know what he's talking about. He not gonna know. That's when that voice is the strongest, guys, and that's when you gotta fight it the most. That's why I'm a big advocator, man. If you get in that week, you need to fucking call me. I don't care what day or night it is. Now, if I keep my phone away from me while I'm asleep so I don't touch that motherfucker. But leave me a text message, something. Hop on ChatGPT and say, hey, look, man, this is my why I'm struggling. That shit will help you, because your mind is going to make you feel like you need to eat. Your mind is going to make you feel like you need to fuck off all your progress that you just did. One bite or a half ain't going to fuck it up. But when you gorge and you binge, that's when the guilt come in. That's when the identity that you build and the habits that you have start to dwindle because you slowly slip away. And you have to fight your mind, guys. You absolutely have to. It is a dangerous fucking place to live. Straight up. I know a lot of people say the fall of any great man is over a woman. That's true. But it started with the mind. It started with his mind because he wasn't focused. It started with his mind because he didn't have the end goal in mind. It started in his mind because he didn't control the lust. It started in his mind. He didn't know how to say no. So yeah, every fall of every great king came from a woman. Even looking in the Bible and shit, yes, that's true. But where was his mind at? Why couldn't he control himself? What was up with that? I ain't gonna place the blame on the woman. You know, it's up to you to control your dick. It's up to you to control everything that your mind tell you that you can't. You have to control that. Your mind, like I said, is gonna keep you comfortable. If I listened to my mind, I wouldn't have been to the gym every day since I've been back. If I listened to my mind, I wouldn't have bought $300 worth of groceries that's almost gone because I eat it every day and I eat the same thing every day. You know, like if I would listened to my mind, I would have easily just been like, you know what, this week I'm just gonna take a break. No, I'm not listening to my mind. No voice. It don't have any, you have no power here. It's wintertime. You ain't got no power over here no more. I listen. All right, cool. I hear you, but it's time to go. I gotta go. Sean, but your shoulder hurt. Yeah, but I can do legs. I'll come up with an excuse for the excuse. But damn, Sean, it's raining. Damn, I got this new umbrella that I wanted to try. Okay, well, damn, it's too hot. Well, shit, that means I just need to wear a regular shirt and not a hoodie. You know, just put the hoodie on when I get to the gym. Put the pump cover on then. I like to reveal anyway. You got to come up with ways to fight your mind. And when you come up with ways to fight your mind and you fucking win, you will emerge as a bad motherfucker. And I know you can do it because I did it. Can't nobody tell me I don't look good right now. That's my confidence. And it's obviously in the camera. And I'm wearing a 4X shirt right now. Yeah, the shoulders are getting there. The caps, everything is coming like it's supposed to. It just takes patience. And it takes a strong mind, a super strong mind, not to listen to that voice. And once that voice ain't got no power, it ain't nothing you can't do, big fella. And guess what else comes along with being a bad motherfucker? Not playing them motherfucking away games.